and welcome back to my channel. So this week, another makeup tutorial. This is the makeup look that I am going to recreate. It is a smoky eye but with a hint of colour. I've just added a little bit of blue underneath my eye, and all of the colours that I've used on my eyes are in this palette here. So I could have gone for like a pinky kind of dark purple colour, but I chose to go for a little bit of blue instead. If you haven't got your Love eyeshadow palette yet, then the link to buy that is below in the description box if you want to give it a go. As always, let me know what you think of this video, what you think of the products, if you've got any of the fragrances, peace, love or happiness. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe because next week I will be doing a happiness eye palette tutorial. So ready? Okay guys, so starting with your Love palette, we are going to start by applying the primer. As always, within all three of the palettes, the primer is the most important thing to start with, and I'm just applying this all over my eyelid from the lash line right up into the brow. After this, I'm going to add some matte grey with a bit of Midnight Sky onto the main part of my eyelid. The matte grey is what it says, a really good matte colour, and then Midnight Sky has got a little bit of shimmer in it, so it's just going to sparkle a little bit when it catches the light. And you can build this up as much as you want depending on the intensity of the smoky eye that you want. After this, we're going to blend it all in so it doesn't look too dark. And then we're going to add some silver lining on the inside of our corners just to kind of open up the eye a little bit. Blend that in again. And now we're going to go for some blacked out in the outside corners of the eye. This is really going to darken up the corners and really give you that kind of cat eye look. Again, you can add as much or as little as this as you want. The good thing about this palette is that the colours can build really nicely, so don't be scared to add too much. Add a little bit at a time and it will build up really nicely. Then we blend all of that in. Next, I'm adding some denim with a much smaller brush just to the bottom lash line. This is going to add a pop of colour to my smoky eye. Just build it up to the intensity that you want. I'm adding quite a lot here because I really want the blue to show. Next, I'm adding some Purity onto the inner corners of my eye, again just to open them up a little bit more. Now I'm adding some NARS Nightbird into my waterline. It's a dark blue eye kohl pencil and it's just going to really intensify the blue. I'm going to blend that using the smaller brush again. And next I'm going to blend all of the colours on my eye. Next, just intensify or deepen any areas that you want. It's totally up to you how dark you want your smoky eye. And now we're moving on to eyeliner. I'm using Rimmel Glam Eyes in number 1, black. Again, I'm drawing my lines out quite far. This is, again, personal preference. I'm curling my lashes using the Claire's eyelash curlers, and then I'm going to add loads of the YSL Baby Doll Black Mascara on both my top and bottom lashes. Everything that I use in this video will be linked down below in the description box, so check it out if you want to see exactly what I've used. After this, I'm applying some lashes from the Vintage Cosmetics company. These are called Kitty and I'm using Duo to stick them on. I'm placing them using my tweezers and then using my fingers just to finely stick down and blend my lashes with the false lashes. Next, onto foundation, and I'm using the Bourjois number 53 Healthy Mix foundation. I'm applying this with a flat foundation brush all over my face, taking extra care around my eyes so that I don't smudge any of the eyeshadow that I've done. I personally like to apply my foundation after I've done my eyes because sometimes I get a lot of drop down from my eyeshadow. This way I can clean it off and then start with my foundation. Next, I'm going to blend in using my Eco Tools brush all over my face and down my neck. And then I'm going to cover up any blemishes I have using the MAC Concealer Palette in Light. After this, I'm dusting over my whole face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder and a big powder brush before moving on to my contour. For this, I'm using Tom Ford in Intensity 1 on my cheekbones, my jawline and on my nose, and then blending this using a flat blending brush. I'm using a smaller brush to blend in the contour around my nose, and then I'm going over all of this using Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. I find the powders in this palette really help set any of the contour product I've already applied. After this, I'm going to blend all of it together using a really big blending brush before I highlight under my eyes and any darker areas using the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer Stick. As you can see, I apply quite a lot of this, but don't worry, I am going to blend it all in using my beauty blender. Important areas are obviously under your eyes, down your nose, between your eyebrows, and then your upper lip and on your chin. These are all areas that you really want to catch the light when you're out, especially if you have a photo taken. I'm blending this all in using my beauty blender, and then I'm going over all of this using a smaller powder brush and the same Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Finally, I'm adding some blusher. Here I'm using the MAC Peachy Keen blusher, just dusting that on my cheeks and on my nose, anywhere that I want to add a little bit of pinkness and colour, before going over with my highlighter. Here I'm using the NARS Craving highlighter. I use a really small brush for this highlighting so that it goes exactly where I want it on my cheekbones, and then also a tiny bit on my nose just to highlight these areas. I'm then going to go over my eyeliner once again. Again, this is the NARS one, just to really darken it up and then tidy up any little bits that I think need perfecting, just using a really small brush. I'm setting my brows using the Body Shop Brow Gel, and then I'm using Strip Down by MAC Lip Liner, which I love. It's a really good brown natural colour, before filling in my lips with some of the lip liner and going over it with the Chanel 162 Pensive Lipstick. Finally, I'm going to map down any last little bits that I think might be a little bit shiny. And there you have my smoky eye look with a hint of blue. Make sure you check out my other makeup tutorials on my channel and keep an eye out for any more that I've got coming really soon. Thanks so much for watching.